But there's no else I'd rather be instead. Yeah, in your arms, never knew I was misled. Like when you say you love me right until the end, yeah. Thinking you're with me, why am I seeing you with she? Posting on the ground like it's yours and you're her man. No, playing stupid games, got me waiting around all day. Whoa, whoa. And now you're feeling lonely, so now you wanna call me. Calling on my line while I'm doing just fine. You used to be my favorite drug, but now the habit's gone, thank God. Can't believe what I saw in you. If you love me, you will promise not to hurt me and be honest. Then you call me your goddess. Just look how you've gone and you've lost me. Used to kick it back for hours, would miss me in the shower, but now that's changed. Now I've realized I was played. You thinking you could hurt me just means that I'm the only one that ever cared about you. So you're here still feeling lonely, so you still wanna call me. Hitting on my line while I'm doing just fine. Oh, used to be my favorite drug, but now the habit's not that hard. Can't believe what I saw in you. It was your loving that I missed. Used to fill me up with this, even told me all the flaws you had in you. It was your loving that I missed. Used to fill me up with bliss, even told me all the flaws you had in you. Say you never even cheated, always loyal, no mistreated. Looking back, it's like I always knew. If you love me, you will promise not to hurt me and be honest. Then you call me your goddess. Just look how you've gone and you've lost me. You had me twisted all around, and I tried so hard to trust you. All I even wanted was for you to say I love you. I can't even recognize all the truth behind your life. I'm so deep 'cause I won't stay, I'm miles away from you. If you love me, you will promise not to hurt me and be honest. Then you call me your goddess. Just look how you've gone and you've lost this.
What is good, everybody? What is good? Hello, everybody. Thank you guys for stopping through. Jay Hunter Lee here. This is supposed to be our Monday motivational power talk, but schedule. So have to make it up for tonight. Tonight is Thursday. Thank you guys for chiming in. We're going to get started with our conversation for this evening. If it's going to be, it's up to me to fulfill my dreams and possibilities with dedication and motivation to inspire thousands from all nations. When times are tough and breaks you down, just smile with toughness and rebuild from the ground. During tough times, adversity is a lot. Just remember, time flies, but you are the pilot. Good evening, folks. Thank you guys for chiming in today. I'm Jay Hunter Lee. This is our supposed to be our Monday Motivational Power Talk, but due to scheduling, we had to shift it. I'm still going to continue to do Monday Motivational Power Talks, but it's probably not always going to be on Monday. Now that we have an event coming up on the 27th, may have to do our Monday Motivational Power Talk a lot earlier on that Monday. Hopefully, my schedule will permit me to do that. But if not, we can always make it up before the week is out. So I'm glad you guys that came in. Thank you guys for chomping in. Before we get started, I want to give a shout out to those who is watching on Twitch. Those, if you have the Twitch app on your phone, you can download it on your phone. Twitch is a similar platform to YouTube. A lot of good information out there for you to chime into. Also, shout out to those on YouTube as well. Shout out to those who are on LinkedIn, and shout out to those who are watching from one of our Facebook groups called Tampa Bay Friends and Events. And of course, my business page, man. My business page have over 13,000 followers all over the world. We got people over in the UK, Guinea, different parts of Africa, Ghana, that is Cameroon, Nigeria, the triangle countries over there. Also Gambia. We have people in Canada. Thank you for those who ain't watching from Canada as well. Also down in the Caribbean, we got Belize in the house. We got people over in Fiji and Turks and Caicos. Shout out to those as well. Thank you guys for stopping in. I'm very happy to have you guys this evening. We're going to have a little conversation. I want to give a shout out to my Tink, my queen, y'all. We got my queen in the house. My queen is in the house. And as you guys can see, I always mention to you guys our drink for today, which is orange juice today. I'm rocking some orange juice. This is organic orange juice. I got it from Aldi's, folks. Aldi's organic orange juice. Give a shout out to my main man, Hardy Bell, as well. Good to see you, Hardy Bell. Always putting a 100 ball up on there. That's what I'm talking about. I appreciate you, brother. And also want to give a shout out to Miss, come on, get it up there, Marcia. Good to see you, Marcia. Marcia has been on since the beginning of the video, since the countdown began. Good to see you. Shout out to you, Marcia. Really appreciate you guys coming in. So again, drink today is orange juice. I'm rocking the orange juice tonight. And I also want to mention the big project I'm working on. I'm getting close. I made some contacts to try to get this thing on the ball. All my paperwork has been done, just about all my paperwork. So I want to get some approvals done so that we can launch this thing, so we can help people around the communities and stuff like that. I'm very excited about that, but it's close. We're getting there. Okay, we're getting there. Also, I want to mention that Monday, we have our first of many Mondays, event in Tampa called Poly Conversations. Poly Conversations. Don't be shy. Don't be scared. Come on through. It's right at the place called Burns Restaurant and Cigar Lounge, right on Howard Avenue. If you want detailed information, just hit me up, inbox me, and I'll send you the link and all the details to that event. We're going to have live jazz there, Marlon Boone is going to be putting it down. It's going to have a phenomenal singer coming in there with them named Sienna. It's going to be a great event. The food there is great. They have wonderful staff there. I've experienced their staff firsthand on many occasions. Food is great. I love to get their salmon. I'm telling you, their salmon is off the chart. And the vegetables, I love the vegetables. So come on through there, folks. On Monday, it's from 6 o'clock, start at 6 o'clock. Come on in. We have people at the door waiting on you. It's going to be about $30 at the door, but it's $20 online. I will give you all that information. We have VIP seating available. We have one table of 4 left. Table of 2s are also already sold out. We do have table of 4s left. One of those, and we got a few table of 5, and we got 2 VIP slots that's still open. So if you want to jump on board, contact me for the details. If you're in the Tampa area, I would definitely hook you up with all the information that you need before Monday. Monday at the door, it will be higher. The prices will be higher. It's not because I wanted to make it higher. It's because that's how the business has to operate according to the venue we're using. Okay, so let's get it in, folks. Get to my inbox. Let me get that information out to you guys. Fellas, I'm rocking a regular pinstripe suit today. Pocket square, ascot, flower. Okay, I always talk about this for the fellas. All right, Hardy Bell says he's going to get his ticket. All right, Hardy Bell, just let me know what you need. I'll get that information to you. No problem at all, brother. So here's the thing, folks. I have, fellas, we always want to know 3 different knots to tie in our necktie, okay, depending on the type of shirt we're wearing, the collar point on the shirt. At least 5 different folds for the pocket square, and at least 1 fold or 1 tie for your ascot. Now, your ascot mostly is going to look like this when you're done with it. You see the little puffiness? That happens because the shirt does that. And the knot underneath the ascot, there's a knot under there. You got to learn how to tie it, okay? Now, there are several different ways to tie the ascot, but it mostly will look like this. You can wear it as a necktie too. There's a little ring that goes to it, but you could want to do some different things with your ascot, a little ring that you can put with it. Looks like a wedding ring, like little small diamonds around it. Put it on your ascot, but it goes outside the shirt though, like a necktie. Put the ring on it, pull the ring up, and it kind of like pleats the necktie, pleats the ascot. It's a smooth. It's tight. It's tight. One day I'll do that for you guys. Didn't have time to do it today because it takes a little time to try to dress it up to do that. I just wanted to throw this on real quick to just for the fellas to see what I'm rocking today. Let me pull this down just a little bit. Okay. I think I covered everything I wanted to cover in that regards. Folks, let's talk about our life, man. Let's talk about what's killing us, man. Let me tell you, if you guys see the topic of discussion, white foods are killing us. Now, for those who don't know any better, they probably think I'm talking about white people. This is not a racial thing. It has nothing to do with race. When I'm talking about white foods, I'm talking about a lot of starch, white rice, white bread, white pasta, okay? White, all that stuff, potatoes, French fries, right? And I'm a fan of French fries. I love French fries, but let's just get to it. It's killing us, folks. If you look at a lot of people's with diabetes, a lot of things that's going to underlying conditions. Let me tell you something. A lot of these underlying conditions, folks, can be avoided if you learn to minimize. I'm not going to tell you to just cut out white foods. I'm not going to tell you to do that. I'm not a doctor. Let me just put that out there. I'm no doctor. I'm no physician. I'm not going to sit here and tell you what you should eat or what you should not eat. But I'm going to tell you right now that white foods is one of the highest on a high list of silent killers. Okay. That stuff turns to sugar down in your body. Those are carbohydrates, man. And most people don't go to the gym. Most people don't work out, right? They don't go to the gym. They don't do what they need to do to sweat it out, drink water, plenty of water. They don't do that stuff. And let me tell you something, the older we get, the less we move. Let me repeat that. The older we get, the less we move. Why am I telling you this, folks? Because as we get older, we're not outside running up and down the court playing basketball anymore. We ain't outside running and throwing footballs and running for bombs, catching bombs and all that kind. We ain't out playing tennis all the time like we was younger. We not playing baseball. We don't do these things anymore as we get older. Some of us do. Like myself, I'm in the gym every morning from Monday through Thursday, getting it in. You guys see me post a little pics up of myself in the gym. I'm getting it. I'm doing what I have to do to make sure I keep a healthy body. Your health is your wealth. Okay. So I spend a lot of times doing that stuff. Tawana just mentioned eat colored foods, and we're going to talk about that. Right. So, folks, white foods is killing us. We got to be taking care of ourselves. When I say health is your wealth, people hear the word wealth and they automatically think money, 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 money. No, money is only 5% of wealth. It's only 5% of wealth. So we talking about what good is having money if you ain't healthy? What good is it? You can't enjoy it. You're just making the money just for everybody else to enjoy it. Right? Which is fine. You should leave it behind, leave it for your family, your loved ones, and things like that. But at the end of the day, you can't do nothing with it because you have underlying conditions. Your ankles look like elephant ankles, right? Then it start turning blue and purple. And then it start getting your ankles getting so fat, the skin start breaking around your ankles, your feet start peeling. Man, you don't want that in your life, folks. Stop eating that shit. Okay? Kill off these white foods. Or just eat it in moderation. Maybe once every 2 weeks, eat you some French fries if you want to, and things like that. But you want to eat colored foods, just like Tawana said, purple foods, right? Look at your spring mix. Your spring mix has much more nutritional value than regular lettuce. Much more. You got spinach in there. You got purple food. You got purple leaves in it, right? Your natural fruits. I'm not talking about fruits without the grapes without seeds. I'm talking about grapes with seeds, right? Eat these things. These things already have natural sugars. Now, some people can't take natural sugars as well. That's what if you can't take it, then go straight, get the vegetables. Pump them vegetables in you. You can juice them if you want to. Get some juicing vegetables or whatever. And if it's nasty, add a little bit of apple. Put a little apple in it so to make apple juice inside of the juicer. Green juices, okay? Kale. Kale is phenomenal. Broccoli is phenomenal. Some people might get gassy by eating broccoli, but it's good for you, right? Watermelon with seeds, right? All of that stuff is good for you, but for the most part, you want to keep your behind away as much as possible and eat as less of it as possible. White foods. Talking about rice, white rice. Now, I've read that yellow rice is a little bit more healthier than white rice. Look into it. I'm not a doctor, I'm not a nutritionist, but I'm telling you what I do know. And let's go with common sense here. Let's make this conversation about common sense, not just doctorate stuff, because I'm not a doctor. So I'm not going to be sitting here and putting all this information as if I'm a doctor. I am not a doctor, folks, but I am going to talk to you about common sense. I don't know who this is. They said Dr. Sebi says broccoli isn't real. He says it's man-made, but I love it. All right, well, we can look into that. Let's look into broccoli. Let's see what broccoli really made of. Let's see where it really comes from. We're going to do that. I don't have the time to chime into that now, but I wish I did. But what I'm going to do, I want to have a part 2 of this conversation. And when I have a part 2 of this conversation, I do want to bring a physician or doctor, somebody who's licensed that can take us deeper into this conversation. But for now, I just wanted to have this conversation and talk to you guys in a common sense factor. Okay. But you want to eat your vegetables. Broccolini is good. Asparagus is good. Right. Like I said, purple foods. But let me tell you something. How many of you guys remember that Popeyes chicken sandwich? How many of you guys remember that? Listen, that Popeyes chicken sandwich had like 55 chemicals in it. You eating a chemical sandwich with a little bit of chicken in it, right? And then you got the bun that sits in between, right? That bun is white foods. That bun is just starch. And people say, "Oh my goodness, it tastes good. It tastes good. It's oh my goodness, it's good. It's good." But listen, they promoted that, right? They promoted it very, very heavily, all on TV. People was promoting it all over social media, and especially, let me just keep it. Let me just be 100 with you guys. Let me be 100 with you guys. They promoted that in Black communities. Black folks was posting that Popeye's chicken sandwich all over Facebook, all over Instagram. This was around the end part of 2019. It came out twice. The first time they sold out, they bought it back again. They bought it back again, right? Just before they came up with COVID. So what folks, they knew it will suppress your immune system. You can't eat this crap and expect to have a strong immune system to fight off any microbe, folks. They got you. And they're going to keep getting you. As long as you don't pick a book up and start reading and start taking better care of yourself. Okay? And Tink just said, it reminds her of COVID. And that's exactly what the setup was. They came in, everybody ran to get that chicken sandwich with 55 chemicals in it, sitting on a starchy bread. 2 months later, they came up with COVID. People could not fight any pathogen or any microbe, whatever it is that they came up with, you couldn't fight it. And the first thing President Biden said before he was even president, he said the first people should be taking the COVID jab was Black and brown people. And if you don't believe me, do your research. Do your research. You Negroes kill me, man. Y'all won't read nothing. You don't pay attention to nothing, and you don't pay attention to detail. That's a problem. We are so used to the media feeding us anything, and we think it's education. We think it's education. If you really think the media is going to give you all the information you need, you got another thing coming. And don't think the media, and don't think they're the same people who are supposed to teach you Black history, people. I don't get us, man. I really don't get us. We spend too much time degrading and talking about one another, right? Getting upset because somebody mentioned something about somebody's clothes. We get upset about small stuff like that. And don't pay attention to the big picture. Don't pay attention to the agenda at hand. What is being imposed upon amongst the people? You tearing them fries up. You tearing up those white noodles, that white rice. You run into the Chinese joints. They sell you food that they don't even eat. All that shit loaded with starch. That's why why do you think they give you more rice than anything? Have you guys figured that out? Why do you think they give you more rice than anything? And if you go to one of their restaurants, you know what they come back and ask you? Would you like more rice? Why do you think they do that, folks? They want to bombard you with all that rice. You get Chinese carry out. Well, in the DMV, we call it carry out. because you go in, order, and carry it out. That's why it's called carry out. So Floridians, if you're listening to me, you just heard me use carry out. That's what that means. So you guys got carry out too. You probably just call it something else. But you go in, you order, you take it out. So what happens here, folks? They give you a matter of fact, they give you a bucket of rice. They got a little cart, a little bucket cart of rice with a handle on it. It got a handle on it. A lot of rice. Tan your system up. And we're wondering why, you got issues with our joints. People get up, they grab their back now. They're like, oh, man. Grabbing their back. They can't do a knee challenge. Ankles are swollen. You wondering why? Look at what you're putting in your body. Look at what you're eating. Right? Look at what you're eating. You're not taking care of yourself. So how do you expect your body to function the way you want it? Right? You in your 40s and your 50s, you should still be able to go out and play basketball. Unless you have some injury, and Baron, you have an injury, it's understandable, but you should still be able to go out and play some basketball. No, you can't run like you're 20. But you should be able to get up and down the court. You should be able to shoot a jumper. Ladies, you in your 40s and 50s, you should still be able to go out there and jump rope and do some double dutch. You can't do that stuff, then something ain't right. You got to take a look at what you're eating, what you're putting in your body. It matters. You matter. And if you're one of those people who say, oh, well, we all going to go someday. Well, here's what I say to you. You go ahead and go someday. But I value life much more than that. I value life much more than that. But if you want to go ahead and go, you can go someday. You can go tomorrow if you choose to. But I value life much more than that. And I call those cop-out statements. Cop-out statements. Statements that people make because they're ashamed of something, or they don't want to be held accountable. There's nothing shameful about eating wrong. Just fix it. Do something better with your health. Eat better. Man, it's expensive to get all that healthy food. Let me tell you something. It's not as expensive if you have to go and address your health because you're eating bad food. That is much more expensive. How many people today have decent life insurance? Life insurance don't even give you a proper dental plan. Can't fix your teeth. Only thing it covers is extraction. Just taking out all your damn teeth. Come on, man. Is that the life you really want? Get your health right and get your money right. Period. Get on that hustle, man. Get on that hustle. I see a lot of folks losing their teeth out here. I see people in their 30s losing their teeth. Put better stuff in your body. Right? Now, somebody say there's a whole lot of stuff out here that's bad for you, even when we think it's good. Well, let me tell you something. Trust me on this when I tell you this. The stuff that we think is good is better than the stuff that we know is bad. Okay? So if you eat oatmeal and they say, man, oh, they doing this to the oatmeal, guess what? That oatmeal is still better than eating a whole lot of starch. Cody Perry said, when you go out and eat anywhere, you don't know what's in the food or drink. And he's absolutely right. That's good that I'm glad that I go, that I research everything. I research everywhere I go. My Tink, my queen, she be on it too. She be on it too. We go into the health department, whatever it takes. But first and foremost, on a common sense side of things, Well, let's deal with what Perry just said. So when you go out and eat anywhere, he said you don't know what they're doing to the food. Well, obviously, it does pass the FDA, right? But let's look at other things that's also passing the FDA. McDonald's passed FDA. Burger King passed FDA. KFC passed FDA. Church's Chicken, Popeye's Chicken passed FDA. So on the common sense side of things, we know if we go get broccolini or something from a restaurant, it's going to be much healthier than getting Checkers French fries if you're eating out. That is where I'm coming from, people. And I am going to have another conversation about this when I get a doctor in here. I got a few that I can contact and come back and have this conversation, get them on the podcast so we can talk about this, right? So, you know, but here's the ticker. A lot of people I do know how to eat out, right? But those people I see that eat out, that especially those who are very careful what they eat when they eat out, I don't see them with elephant ankles. I don't see them with high blood sugar. I don't see them with high cholesterol or high blood pressure, or I don't see them with all that. Matter of fact, my lady and I go out and eat all the time. Her blood pressure is picture perfect. Picture perfect. I got good health. I work out all the time. So it's not by just going out and eating out. It's what you're eating when you're out. If you go every time you go out and everything you got to have a lot of starch in your plate, guess what, folks? Expect to sooner or later start having your ankles swollen, turning purple, looking like you got gangrene, chest pains, headaches that could be mini strokes. Who knows? Your bowels is always mushy when you go to the bathroom. Just runny bowels all the time. That's a sign of having a lot of starch in your body, folks. Get some fiber, and you ain't taking in no fiber, and your bowels look like that, folks. That ain't something wrong. And if your bowels look like that for whole week straight, you need to go to the doctor. And your doctor is probably going to ask you, are you eating a lot of starch? You should not be able to walk away from the table and feel like you're about to blow wide open. Should not have to feel like that. And another thing, know your limit. When we get older, we can't eat as much as we did when we were younger. Stop trying to clean the damn plate. That's something I had to struggle with. Stop trying to clean the plate. If you got too much on your plate, don't eat it all. And quite naturally, I wouldn't even take the food with me. People like to do takeout. Oh, give me a box. Man, I ain't boxing that shit up. Throw that shit. If I ain't eating it all, throw that shit away. I ain't taking that with me. That's just me. Ladies, y'all love to box shit up. Leave that shit there. But folks, white foods is killing us, man. If you take a look at the average death, one day I pulled some stats up on you guys, but I didn't do it today. I would have shared my screen. But if you look at the underlying conditions, man, cancer, heart disease, and diabetes is amongst the top. Amongst the top. And you know what feeds cancer? Stress and sugar. What feeds diabetes? Starch. 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 Stop eating that shit, man. If you're gonna eat it a little bit. You make French fries, I think you should broil it instead of frying it. Put your fries in the oven and broil it. If you're gonna do it, that's just me. But I'm not trying to pack my refrigerator with that shit. People got them big old bags of French fries, them crinkled French fries in their freezer. I know some of y'all got them. Some of y'all got them. The big crinkled French fries right in your freezer. Good to see you, drummer boy Phil. What's up, Phil? Some of y'all got them big old crinkled fries right up in your feet. You know you do. Come on now. Don't play. Pray with me. Don't play with me. Air fryer. The air fryer. That's a hot item right now. Get that air fryer. But starch is killing us, folks. One of my mentors, name is Dr. Hashimi, over in overseas. He's from the royal family. From the royal family of the Kingdom of Jordan, the Hashemite royal family. He's a guy I'm doing business with a big giant project overseas. Okay, and he mentioned the same thing. Stop eating white foods. No, if you want to build your wealth, you can't build your wealth without your health, folks. That's not like a quote I should put out for tomorrow. You cannot build your wealth without good health. Y'all like my pocket square, man? I got a 3-point today. This is the 3-point pocket square I got for you guys today. So I wear this. Now, let me also share this. Now, guys, some of you might have pocket squares and they'll fall down in your pocket. I want you to see something real quick. This is a pocket square holder. After you fold your pocket square, give the shape. I forgot to mention this to you guys. Once you get the shape that you want with your pocket square, you can go ahead and slide it down. Make sure the bottom of this is down at the bottom of your the jacket pocket, and it sits right there. See that? So now you don't have to worry about the pocket squares falling down in you, because I've had this problem. We've all had this problem, right? So there's so many different size pocket squares. The bigger ones, you probably won't need this, because the bigger ones will hold up on its own in your pocket. But you can get your pocket square holder. You actually could get it. This is made by Best. Okay, this company is called Best. All right, they're very good. You can order. Amazon have them. You can get them on Amazon. They're very low price. They're not expensive at all. All right, get that. That'll help your pocket square. Okay, for when you got the smaller pocket squares that kind of falls down, get you your pocket square holder. Okay, I forgot to mention that when I talked about the ties and all that kind of stuff. But folks, that's all I got. I wanted to share. I wanted to keep this very, very short and sweet for you guys tonight. Tawana Chisley says she's on it. I am glad you are on it, folks. Just be careful with this starch. Be careful. I'm not going to tell you don't eat it and all that kind of stuff. I ain't licensed to tell you that stuff. I'm not a doctor. I just want to talk about the common sense aspect of it. And let me tell you something. If those of you who want to get it out your system, this is something my lady told me about, and she got me to do this before, and it works. If you know you've overweight, and you know it's because you've had plenty of starch, right? You want to take that down. You want to drop your weight down. You want to stop the starch and drop your weight down. In a week's time, this is what you can do. My lady just told me this. She shared this with me before, about a couple of months ago, and I did it. Felt even better. It's called cabbage soup diet. Some of you have probably already heard of it. It's called a cabbage soup diet. Cabbage soup diet, okay? You look into the cabbage soup diet, folks. You can use vegetable broth, which is what we've used. We've used vegetable broth. She did it with me. We did it a week. You can use vegetable broth or chicken broth. Okay. You can put you some bell peppers, some red bell peppers in there because red bell peppers is healthier than the green, but they're both good. So we put the red bell peppers in it. Um, you can put a little bit of spice in it if you want to. But listen, you got to eat it 3 times a day. You can't eat nothing but your cabbage soup diet. Tink was telling me from 3 to 7 days. She did it for like 3 or 4 days, and I think I did it from later for 5 days. I did 5 days straight. Listen, in the evening time of doing this, every evening, I'll say about the maybe about the third day, in the evenings, you're gonna have the runs. It's gonna clean you out. Okay. So it's called cabbage soup diet. Tawana says she knows it well. Get that. And once you finish that, don't do it no more than 7 days because you are not taking in the proper proteins during this process. Okay. 3 times a day for 3 to 7 days straight. And once you are done, do not go back to the same starchy diet that you had before. Otherwise, you just wasted your time. Makes sense, folks. So, with that being said, I hope you guys get it. Put that in the comments if you will. Cabbage soup diet. I want y'all to type that in the comments so I know that you know what I'm talking about. But once you finish your cabbage soup diet, do not go back to your starchy diet. Don't do that. I'm gonna tell you why that's a problem. How many of you have know where people have went to the doctor, they don't beat chemo and all that, and then they all of a sudden the cancer come back. A lot of times the cancer come back because they still live that cancerous lifestyle. That cancerous lifestyle. Tink said it all in one word because we make a joke of it. Cabbage soup diet. We just be saying it real fast like that. So she put it all in one word. So yeah, a lot of times people cancer comes back because they go right back after they get rid of the cancer. They go right back to the lifestyle that led to them getting cancer to begin with. So when you finish this cabbage soup diet, don't go back to eating that starchy shit again. Eat it in moderations if you have to. Moderation until the point where you can just exit all of that starchy food diets altogether. Okay, if you can't do it all together, which I know it's going to be hard, you can do it in moderation. It won't hurt you, but make sure you are drinking plenty of water in the process. Good to see Mo Gentry. What's up, my brother Mo Gentry? Good to see you, fam. Good to see you. So I hope this makes sense to you guys. Listen, man, I got 4 big favors I want from you guys. 4 big favors. The first one is to turn the TVs off and read, especially my own people. The people that look like me, I'm especially talking to you when I say this. Because we think what we hear on the news is it has our best, it's telling us stuff that's thinking that it's for our best interest. It's not. It's not. It never have. And it never will. It never have, and it never will. So make sure you turn the TVs off. Unless you want to watch a movie from here and there, that's fine. But I'm telling you, turn the TVs off, pick up a book, and start reading. If you're watching TV more hours throughout the day than you're doing anything else, you are failing your life. You are failing your life, and you're failing your family. Do something productive, read, get an idea in your head, use your vision, and start worrying about looking into open up a business for yourself, for your family business or something. But you're going to have to read. Pick up some books. Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill is a good book. Think and Grow Rich, A Black Choice by Dr. Dennis Kimbro is another good book. Rich Dad, Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki is a good book. 5 Levels of Leadership by John C. Maxwell, a marvelous book. Secrets of the Millionaire Mind by T. Harv Eker is a great book. I Can See Clearly Now by Wayne Dyer, phenomenal book. Change Your Mind, Change Your Life by yours truly, Jay Hunter Lee. Marvelous book. It Ain't Over Until You Win by one of my great teachers, Les Brown. Marvelous book. Turning Setbacks into Greenbacks by Dr. Willie Jolly. Phenomenal book. A setback is a setup for a comeback. Also by Dr. Willie Jolly, is a phenomenal book. Looking some information. Top Performance by Zig Ziglar. Phenomenal book. Folks, I can name books all day. That's all I love to do is read. Got some more books right in there. How Do You Kill 11 Million People by Andy Andrews. Phenomenal book. I got a lot, man. I got books galore. Biology 101. I got that book too. I'm loaded, folks. I'm loaded. Okay. Also look up Who Moved My Cheese? Spencer Johnson. Who Moved My Cheese by Spencer Johnson. Guess another good book to pick up. Man, I can just name books all day. So with that, read a book, folks. Pick up some books and read. Learn to read a book a month. And then work on reading 2 books a month. Okay. Another book called Goals by Brian Tracy. Phenomenal book. Man, I guys got books. There's another book called Why We Want You to Be Rich, written by 2 people, Donald Trump and Robert Kiyosaki. Don't care if you don't like Donald Trump as far as politics or whatever, president. I don't care about that. Information is in that book. You got to learn how to accept the information, the message, not the messenger. Black folks, we have a problem with that. That's why we don't go nowhere. This is why we're not winning. Message, not the messenger. Okay? The Art of the Deal, written by Donald Trump. Look at these books, folks. Just because you don't like somebody, they could have information that could help save your life, but you mad at them, you hate them, you think something about them, and therefore you don't want to see what, you don't want to know what information they provide you. Get that book. Get that book. Yes, my thing said Failing Forward. That's another book. Failing Forward by John C. Maxwell. It's a book I had got her to read. Okay. There's another book called Put Your Dreams to the Test by John C. Maxwell. Then there's 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership by John C. Maxwell. Get that book. Also get The Law of Success by Napoleon Hill. The Law of Success, that book is this thick. It literally is this thick. That book, Think and Grow Rich, come out of that book called Law of Success. There's another book by Jack Canfield called Success Principles. Folks, I'm loaded. I'm loaded. I'm not playing. Pick up a book and start reading, people. Read. Turn the damn TVs off, okay? The Honorable Elijah Muhammad, he got a book, had a book out, it's called How to Eat to Live. Pick that book up. How to Eat to Live. Pick it up. So that's one favor, to turn off the TVs, pick up a book and start reading. Number 2, share the video. Like, share, and subscribe, okay? Like, share, and subscribe. Like, share, and subscribe. Those of you who have always been sharing, I really appreciate you. Thank you for sharing this. I really appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Like, share, and subscribe. If this video wasn't for you, it's okay. That's okay. Share it anyway. Share it anyway, because somebody you know or who you're related to can benefit from this video. So share it anyway. If not for you, that's okay. It's not for everybody. My stuff, my content, my stuff is not for everybody. I ain't looking for everybody. I'm only looking for those who get it. So share it anyway, okay? Share, share, share. Excuse me. Again, shout out to those watching on Twitch, those who are on YouTube. Subscribe, click the bell for more content that comes available. Also, those who are watching on LinkedIn, share it as well. Facebook, people, share it, share it, share it, share it, share it. Thank you. That's my second. My third is, let me tell you something, folks. You see this at the bottom? You see that scrolling at the bottom? Those are all the platforms that I'm on so far. Only one you don't see, you might not see on there is TikTok, but I'm Jay Hunter Lee on TikTok, okay? I'm Jay Hunter Lee 1 on Twitter. All the other platforms, Jay Hunter Lee. That's Snapchat, Facebook, Instagram, all that stuff, okay? So you can find me on it. You can also see that I have a A Cash App handle there, $ J Hunter Lee. What is that for? That is for the podcast and the podcast only. Okay, the podcast and the podcast only. I might need a new light one day. I might need a new camera one day, a new laptop one day. I don't know. Who knows? You see this banner here? This banner wasn't always here. This banner wasn't always here. I got this banner. This banner was made. I got it for about $300. $80 of that came from you guys' donation. Thank you very much. I really appreciate that. So that's what that is for. The $20 or less is all I ask for if you're going to make a donation. You don't have to, but I just ask if you will. Please make $20 donation or less. I ain't asking for 40 and 50. I will reject it if you send me that much money because I ain't asked for that. I said $20 or less. Is that fair? Great. And my last and final favor, folks, is the biggest of all. And it's all about you. And you know what that is? Sing like no one can hear you. Dance like no one can see you. Love like you've never been hurt. And live like it's heaven on earth. I'm Jay Hunter Lee. I love you. And the world needs you. And it ain't nothing you can do about it. So stop that damn texting and driving. Peace and blessings, folks. I'll see you guys soon.